We ready? Okay. I'll call the WEARE Planning Board August 25th meeting to order. First item on the agenda is a continued application that the abutters notices were incorrect last time. They were resent out, everybody was re-notified with the proper lot map and lot number. It's Thomas Corrado, Jacques Belanger, the engineer, at 111 South Sugar Hill Road, tax map 403-177. It's to subdivide an existing lot with a house on it into a 3-lot subdivision, 2 new lots. I just went through the application. He's not asking for any waivers. The only thing I saw missing from the plan was a wetlands scientist stamp, but he was notified according to the abutters list. So we'll have to make sure that stamp's on there before it's approved, but I think we can accept the application without that being there.
I move we accept the application as complete with the need of the wetland stamp before final approval.
Second. Second by Chuck, all in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Oh, opposed? Okay, before we go any further, I got to appoint a member here. We're a man down. So Ray, you want to fill in for Craig here for this?
Sure.
Meeting? Jacques, let's hear what you have to say.
Wasn't sure. My name is Jacques Belanger. I'm the surveyor that prepared the application. For the record, just refer to me as an engineer on the other one.
Jot, have you done that lip
Oh,
of
sure.
that board?
There you go.
Wasn't meant as an insult, Jacques.
What's that?
Wasn't meant as an insult.
Oh, no. It's compliment in favor. They get touchy. What we have is the old farm at 111 Sugar Hill South. Tom Crowder bought it. The house was in a tough shape, house and barn and whatnot. So what we did was we surveyed it. He wants to break it. It's 27 acres, a little over 27 acres. He wants to break it up into 3 residential house lots. It's in the rural agricultural district. So we've got the full frontage for the 10-acre lot with the house itself, which has a septic system that we're going to be doing a new design for and replacing. Tom's currently working on the house. I think he has a young guy that stays there during the week and works on it. It's got an existing dug well, existing septic system that Tom knows we have to replace. Then we're breaking off a lot to the west, and that's a little over 10 acres, has less than the 250 feet of frontage, but it's got the, exceeds the requirement for 10 acres on a paved road. And then a lot to the south, which kind of squishes in between the existing farmhouse and the existing lot owned by Malcolmson, I think his name is, Paul and Charlene. We're looking at a building pocket that's behind that. There are a lot of wetlands on the property. We've had them delineated when we started the project. On the final plan, we'll have the soil scientist stamp on the plan. Other than that, I think it's, like I said, there's no waivers. We've done test pits. We've got areas for septic systems, protective radiuses for the wells. The existing dug well wouldn't meet the setback to the septic or the lot line without overlapping, so we're proposing a location for a conforming septic out back. I think that's pretty much it. There's no impacts to the 50-foot buffer or the 25-foot wetland buffer.
You're showing a new well radius, putting a new well in there too in the old house?
If he so chooses, we can show a conforming location. The septic, right now, it's not much of a septic system. It goes to an old concrete tank. It's too low in the ground, so it'll be a pump system out back a little bit, or at least raised up west of the house.
We heard from the fire chief, and we heard from the police chief. Police chief doesn't have any issues. The fire chief was just questioning if there was a cistern required because of the previous subdivisions that may have happened from that lot. I don't know, I'll have to look into that.
I don't remember what the age was of the,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
these two lots came out of
They
it,
came off it,
obviously.
but I don't remember what the age when they came off was, if that was before cistern requirements or not.
I imagine quite a while before, but I don't know the dates.
It's the only thing we gotta check, is see
Okay.
when those were, see if this cistern would apply.
When was that, Bruce? What's that date, do you know? You don't have to look it up. You
No,
know it
I don't.
yet.
I wanna say, when do we start with cisterns and where?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't either,
Yes,
yeah. Cause
You'd have to do some research.
All right, well, we can do it.
Well, even if, when, would this generate a cistern under today's?
well, yeah, if these other two lots were subdivided after the cistern regulations were in place, then it would be 5, and yeah, the fourth one triggers a cistern. But I don't know when these other two lots were subdivided off, if they were before the cistern regulation or not. That's what we have to,
They're older, but I don't know the
Yeah.
date, I have to look into it.
yeah. There's enough wetlands on there, we probably ought to take a site walk.
Sure.
But, I mean,
So is there identification where the driveways are going on those?
I do have it shaded in. I don't know if I had it on your
It's not
actual
on the
plan.
plan we got
yeah, that's not a requirement.
Is that a-
of a
I've been
subdivision.
over that with Craig, it's not a requirement of our subdivision regulations and
Driveways.
the driveways be, marked on the plan. I mean,
Okay,
I'm a fan of doing that, but
Yeah,
it's not
me
in the
too.
subdivision regulations at this point, so, I mean, if he wants to indicate something, that's up to him, but he's,
We can, I mean, it's simple enough. One's 50 foot, so it's pretty obvious where that one
Yeah, right.
goes. The other one would be, depending on where we get best line of sight.
yeah, maybe you can
We'll throw them out there before you
just
guys
throw
do
a
a site walk.
flag or something out there where they are, yeah.
Sure.
So the 51-footer, that's gonna abut the driveway that went to the house? Is that gonna be just abutted to it?
It's its own separate driveway.
Right, but
Yeah.
they're gonna kind of abut that line?
Yeah, close to it, yeah.
Yeah,
There's an existing chain link fence that Ineson's had up that crosses over the line, so I'm not gonna tear it down, but the pin we set is a little bit to the west of where there's an iron pin out there. We found it to be off about 27 feet, so we'll be setting a new corner there.
You guys have any questions?
no,
I have a question.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Well, it's part of the,
No, I'm gonna open up the public comment here shortly, but we're not there yet.
so, looking at this, when you said they're moving the septic system, you said to the west, which would look toward Sugar
means
Hill?
no.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to the north. North, I'm a little
That makes
twisted
more
around there.
sense.
Yeah, it'd be a little further from the road and up.
Towards that
and
shed
back.
up that hill a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's too close to the house now, it's a block, stone, I don't say stone foundation, I guess.
yeah.
up and away a bit, yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
The infrastructure of the house is kind of, the plumbing and it's a little bit disorganized, so they're straightening that out, and it'll be coming out in a different location.
If, you're gonna keep that dug well, do you want to show a well radius on there for it?
Sure. Yep.
Is that, do you think that's 75 feet to the lot line? It probably is.
No, that's a 60 scale plan, it may be. Actually, my plan's not 60, I don't think.
I guess if you plan on keeping it, and you put the well radius on across the lot line, maybe you ought to do a well release too.
Sure.
Probably need that for the septic system anyway, if you're gonna redo a septic, you're gonna do a new septic.
It would
design.
meet the requirement for the existing separation between the existing lot and the dug well. We'd have an easement, an overlap easement on that 50-foot strip.
Okay, yeah, that's fine too, you do an easement, yeah. Any other questions from the board? Okay, thanks, Jeff, I'm gonna let you
Sure.
butters open up the abutter comment. You gotta, sir, you gotta come up to the, state your name, please, and your address.
I'm Scott White. I live at 114 South Circuit Road across the street.
Okay,
I do have two right now. First one, dug well has a dog in the bottom of it that's dead. Dogs fell in it 5 years ago. They got one dog out, the other dog is still in it. So they can't use that well. They shouldn't have to use that well. They need to come up with something else. Second one, where the septic system is, there's a culvert going underneath the road. That stuff leaches into my property.
yeah, he said they're doing a new design for that.
There's
to
a
replace that system.
black
what-
pipe that goes all the way back to back of my room, my road.
If you're, we'll let you know when the sidewalk's gonna be, we're gonna determine that tonight.
Okay,
So if you can attend the sidewalk, and if you can, if you know.
when is the
if-
sidewalk gonna be? That's.
We don't know.
We'll
what-
know in a few
okay.
minutes here, we'll figure it
Then
out.
you're more than welcome to come and be there, and if you got something like that that you know about, you could tell us on site, so we understand it better.
Okay,
That's,
but
That's fine.
every time I come to this town hall or whatever and trying to figure out what's the culvert, why is there a catch basin? Why is there a black pipe down on my property? Nobody says, well, it's nothing that we know about. Well, this is a piece of paperwork that came out of your map people. And right here shows a culvert that comes across to my property. That well septic system, or whatever is right here, that comes onto my property. It doesn't show on that map at all. It doesn't show, anybody knows anything about it.
okay. Well, when we do the sidewalk, it would be,
But this is right out of your map room.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get buried, people can't find them, I mean, you can only go by what you can find in the,
Okay.
That's probably an old culvert, would be my guess.
But there's a catch basin and a black 6-inch corrugated tube that goes all the way to the back of my property to the brook. So, and nobody in this town can say anything, whose belongs to, who
well,
put it there.
it sounds like, there's a catch basin in the road and everything that runs out there, it sounds like something that the town may have put in at some point, but they, maybe they're not maintaining it now, I mean, who knows?
They haven't
If you
maintained
can
it.
show it,
They
we'll,
haven't maintained it.
we'll make sure that we let the DPW know about it, and,
Okay.
thank you. Anybody else?
I'm Barbara McCann for the Revocable Trust. I have a
Okay.
couple concerns because my house is the one right here, and I'm below, my driveway sets down in, and I'm concerned about lights coming right in. I have a large picture window, and I'm just wondering if there's any consideration given to my property for, lights and also drainage. I'm at the decline after 90 Sugar Hill, And so my driveway keeps getting washed out, and I've been working with the Public Works on that. So I don't want any more drainage water. I've had to dig up my foundation, I've had to put footing drains in, I've done all kinds of work. I've had my driveway repaired multiple times, and I'm dealing with the Public Works right now, and they've dug some swales up above me, but I don't want any rain water, washing down a tarred driveway across the road down into my property, and I really don't want a lot of light pollution right into my window, so I'm wondering if there's could be some consideration.
We'll do the sidewalk, we've done this before. I mean, we've recognized when a driveway, a lot is directly looking into somebody's window, and we work with the surveyor, developer, try to be able to relocate the driveway, so that, try to eliminate most of that. You're not gonna stop it all, but we can, stop most of it.
Okay.
And most of the time, people are more than willing to,
Yeah, and, I definitely worry about more water coming on my property, because I've been dealing with this since I moved in
and
'06.
that's why I wanna do a site walk, because then we'll have a better, we can see visually what it looks like and see what looks like is going on.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Hi, Dave Nickel, 129 South Street Hill. We were wondering about an engineered drainage plan, because I'm at the bottom of the hill where all the wetlands drain, and I'm constantly getting flooded out. We've already had to redo our cellar, so if they're gonna be doing all this work up here, we're gonna need some kind of an engineered drainage plan, besides, like you were saying, for a cistern, because all this water that comes here goes right into our land and then goes across Lindsay Lane. They've already had to put in a larger culvert there because of the runoff that's coming down from there. So now if they're gonna be putting in 1, 2, 3 septics, 1, 2, 3 wells, they're gonna be, and plus 2 more driveways, they're gonna be disturbing a lot of the land. And I'm at the bottom of the hill, and I'm constantly getting, right now, I am constantly getting flooded. So I need to have some kind of assurance that that's not gonna happen. I don't know, my first time ever coming to one of these things, so. And then on the maps here, I don't know if I can come show you
Yeah,
this.
go ahead.
I'm not sure what all this stuff here is, but they're putting a driveway somewheres in here which is encroaching on top of
No,
Charlene's
see
property.
this line right here? That's a fence that's already there.
Yep,
That's not the driveway itself, that's actually a fence, chain link fence line that's already there. That's already across the lot line, that
a surveyor
They're gonna
had
be taken out.
surveyed it to put it in, so,
someone missed.
is that what it is? Okay.
So the driveway's gonna be going up through this right-of-way here.
It will-
It's not a right-of-way, it's a piece of land that comes out to the road.
Okay, and now they have 51 feet of frontage right there to put that
Right.
driveway in,
Right.
what that is.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes over here to here, there's only 46 feet.
There's 46 there, then there's 62 up here.
Well, how does that show this, from that line back? There's
Yeah, see the
62
little
on that
arrow?
one
And then there's
there.
another 66 down
So
here.
that's,
So that all adds up to get
Okay.
that frontage.
And now the 75, how come that's encroaching on the,
It's a 75-foot well radius.
and it's going,
Proposed.
going into the wetlands and all that?
Yeah, the well
That's
radius can
all-
cross all that.
That's all fine?
Yep, as long as it doesn't cross the lot line, then they don't cross the lot lines.
But you have setbacks of a certain
Yeah,
amount
but
of-
that doesn't apply to the well radius.
Okay,
The well radius can go right to the lot line.
oh, okay. Okay. And then, are they gonna be renting these houses, so that they're gonna take this 50-foot driveway and build another house out back, take this 50-foot driveway and build another house out back?
You can only have one house on a lot.
For the 10 acres?
Right, there can only be one house on a lot. So
That's it.
they put that house out front, they're not putting any more
So they
houses out
can't do
back.
anything else out back?
And they'll
It's all
need,
wet anyway.
to cross that,
Yeah, it's all wetlands.
they'll need dredge and fill permits and
Oh, yeah.
and variances and special exceptions and all kinds of things.
And this is me down here, so all these wetlands come down into me. Wetlands from Scott White come down here behind, cross the road, go into me. So when they start doing all this work, I'm at the bottom end of everything.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
really concerned about getting.
We'll do the
even
site walk, and
lower.
I'll ask the engineer if he can have the soil scientist up there and do the site walk too.
Yep, now, I'm home all the time, so if you guys want my number or anything, I can show you where anything,
Yeah, we'll let you know tonight with where and when.
okay?
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
And then, the house here, how can that be over the setbacks too? Isn't that?
No, that's not That's not the house, that's a 4K area for the potential septic system site.
That's their septic system.
Yeah,
Okay,
and they-
they're
and
not
they only
showing
need-
where the house is
no,
gonna be
no.
yet.
No,
So
and
we
and
don't
the septic
know that.
system only needs to be 10 feet from the lot line, that doesn't, the building setback doesn't apply to a septic system.
So when will we know where exactly the building's gonna be, just at next meetings and stuff like that?
Well, we really don't. We never will until they build it. They have to stay within the building envelope. And that's the only thing that we can assure that, tell them that building has to be within that envelope and they can put it anywhere they want in there.
Okay, thank you. The drainage, yeah, the engineered drainage plan,
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I think we need to see it firsthand, see the site.
okay?
Then we'll have a better handle on what, and you guys are more than welcome to come and we'll let you speak.
Yep.
So that, you know, everybody can explain what they think is happening and what's happened to them.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you.
Any other abutters?
Can I ask additional question?
As long as it's not repetitive, yeah.
No, I was just, so on here it says cluster development. What does that mean in terms of?
Well, this isn't a
the-
cluster. This isn't a cluster.
But it says it on the plan here, proposed cluster
That was
development.
for Lindsay Lane. Well, no, that was, it's not, a cluster is when you leave a bunch of open space and you have smaller lots.
Correct.
That's not what they're doing here.
That's conforming, I'm not sure. If that note that over-
I was just looking on the small ones.
Okay. Oh, that's referring to the plans that were done in the neighborhood?
Oh,
That refers
okay.
to Lindsay
So
Lane,
these are just single-family homes?
conventional, yeah, subdivision lots.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Are they gonna be rental houses, or are they gonna
No.
be,
No, I think I don't know if he's gonna build the houses himself, or if he's gonna sell the lots. He's, they're not, as far as I know, they're not rental properties.
Any other public? Okay, seeing none, I close the public comment period. Jack, what's a good time to do a site walk with you guys?
I just figured, whatever.
The, like 5 o'clock in the afternoon or something like, is that, like, okay with everybody?
Times it
I'm home all day, so whenever. It's good for me, whenever, good for you.
It's not good for me.
What, I mean,
I don't get home till like 6:30.
okay,
Or make it 6:30, because it's gonna be getting dark.
yeah.
I mean, I'm on vacation the week of Labor Day.
That's right around the corner.
If you need me to show them what's
I mean,
Well,
on your
if we
property.
could-
you
I'm
already
gonna try to be,
showed
I'm trying to be accommodating. I wanna try to do it and everybody can do
Push it
it.
off 2 weeks, I can be there.
Yeah, we can push it off 2 weeks.
Labor Day
Labor
week,
Day
sometime
weekend,
during the
so
Labor Day
that's-
week,
The week,
the week of the 5th, September 5th.
the week of September 5th.
Fifth.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
We
Okay.
don't have a meeting.
I'm trying to be, I wanna get everybody, if everybody wants to be there, I'd like to, you know, give them the opportunity to be there.
Yep. Thank you.
Because we're not gonna have another meeting till second Thursday in September, which is after the 5th anyway, so I mean, we're fine there.
And if you continued it, you still would continue till the end of September.
Right.
Correct.
So what you say, Wednesdays is better for you, Pastor Bill? How about like Wednesday the 7th?
That's fine,
I'd still like to do it at 5, so that it's not dark.
that's fine.
And where are you gonna meet, so I can post it?
Meet down there at the corner of Lindsay Lane and,
That's not long,
That's a
Is
long
it-
time.
Yeah.
How about-
There's enough room if you want to pull into
The old farmhouse.
the house.
yeah, okay, we'll meet right there
There's
then.
enough room in there.
At 111,
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have to post it, so.
okay.
I can't be there at 5. Can my husband speak in regards to our water issues?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What time are we meeting, 6?
the 7th at 5?
Yeah, Lindsay Lane is right where my property is.
Yeah. The, so, somebody want to make a motion about doing a sidewalk on the 7th at 5?
I'll make a motion that we meet Wednesday, September 7th at 5 PM on Sugar Hill Road, South Sugar Hill Road, at the buildings that were known as the Howard and Dorothy Einison Homestead.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. So that's official. We'll be there then. Now we want to continue this meeting until the end of the,
22nd is your next meeting.
Move we continue to September 22nd.
Second.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Okay,
All right, see you then, thank you.
see you then, yep.
They don't use north and south Sugar Hill. On Sugar Hill, both
Well,
sides.
this is south, the other side is north.
I know it is, they don't use that, even the signage.
It's kind of weird.
South is identified, north is not.
South does have a
South,
Yeah.
south part, yeah.
North is just Sugar Hill.
But that's where it's been for years, it's always been North Sugar Hill and South Sugar Hill. Okay.
Okay. That's that. Next on the agenda is a conceptual hearing for the Ivan Jack Revocable Trust. Kyle and Chris, Jessica Bailey, the applicants, at 701 Concord Stage Road, map 403, 003 Commercial Zone. They're looking to relocate their business to that location. What do you guys have? Hi. Hey, come on up.
My name's Carl. I'm the owner of Gutter Dunn. We're from Dunbarton. We live
I'm
on.
the other half.
We live in. This is my wife Jessica.
Hi.
We live in Dunbarton on 10 Sanders Court, and basically we're a small business, family owned and operated. We have 10 employees total, and we just need a little more space. We need more space, and this site looks perfect for us. It seems to be a nice ideal location, commercial zoned and all that, and we want to buy it as is, and we haven't purchased the property yet, so we're doing this first because we want to make sure that you guys are cool with us being there, basically.
Just so everybody knows, where exactly is it?
700.
It sits right between the 77 Motors and the
Self-storage.
storage.
So it's
And then
the- so
across
it's
the
the
street from the auto
It's
body.
like they had that big gravel pad
Yeah.
made last summer.
Oh, is that new, the front area?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we didn't know, so.
Yep.
But, yes, so
Okay.
that's the property. We
Across
want to
from the-
use,
yeah.
we want to use the existing building as as an office, and the basement, as some overflow storage and stuff. And then at first, I think my wife was kind enough to make up her architectural design over there.
It's just a
It's
concept.
just an idea of what we want to do eventually, but when we first get there, we're probably gonna, go through all the proper, channels and all that stuff, but we want to pave some of the front yard, go through the state
gonna
for
put it-
to get the driveway approved and all that stuff, and
We're
we
gonna-
just want to,
Sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, we're just gonna start out small and just put something for storage out front first. And then eventually our goal would be to build the building in the back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's gonna be done in phases.
Would you be, you do gutters, is that what you
Yeah,
do?
Yes.
seamless gutters, yeah.
Sorry, we should have started with that.
Yeah, oh, I apologize. Seamless gutters. I do
Gutter
seamless
Done is the
gutters.
name of the business.
We're a small business, been around for almost 12 years. This is our 11th season.
So how many employees do you have?
10.
Yeah.
Okay. That's, with that number of employees, it's not a home-based business anymore.
Right,
Correct.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's kind of,
Where
what
we're
we're trying to
at.
do. We
So-
want to grow.
So we're gonna need a site plan application,
Yep,
but I think you've got the area out back to do what you need to do. I don't think that's,
well, we had our friend here, go over and just kind of take a peek and make sure there wasn't something we
Like
weren't seeing.
wetlands or something we didn't know
And,
about.
if you
Yeah,
want
no,
to see
not a
what you
problem. It's,
found.
I checked it out them a couple weeks ago. There's no wetlands or anything. Jacques Belanger. I did look at the property for them a couple weeks ago, to see if there were any issues that I thought that, kicked up would be a problem with developing the property. And other than just putting together a site plan, per review, I didn't see any big obstacles there, no wetlands or anything else, any encroachments or anything.
Okay. And that gravel pad out front, with it's all, you know, between 77 and the house there, though it's all leveled off, that was just done last year.
Yeah.
And it
I
really,
actually think I saw a picture of the old, where it was kind of like you couldn't even hardly see the house.
and Patty or whatever you do, would like to see that, like, seeded.
Well,
Unless you know, if you're gonna use part of it for
Yeah.
something for now, that's fine, but whatever you're not gonna use, it'd be great if it was like, so
Right.
think about that.
we'll
finding
probably make
site
a
plan to-
parking lot in the front area, and then we're gonna have a fence around most of the property anyway, security wise.
Yep.
You know, we could do like a privacy fence in the front as well, you know, just to make it less.
Yeah, you don't need to do that, I mean,
Well,
we're
whatever.
not,
We
we're
want to
not,
do that, we want to expose the,
That's true. We want people
we
to see.
don't want people to have to hide their businesses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not,
want it to look
that's not how you
nice.
generate
Yeah.
business, by hiding it, so.
well, I can tell you this, I am an aesthetics person. So if there's an area, it's not, you know, that's going to not be paved, it will be grass.
Yeah,
It will be well taken care of.
Keep that in mind, that's all. I mean,
Flowers
we're-
out
yeah.
front,
Looks is
you know,
important.
it'll look nice.
I understand.
But yeah, I think it's a great idea, it's a commercial zone.
Yay.
What's the, anything from the board, or?
Can I see that for a second?
You've got the used car lot on one side, and they're doing a lot of work on the self-storage facility down there. They're gonna be building a new building and
Oh, okay.
tuning up that driveway and getting that looking good here shortly, so it'll,
Yeah, and that's what we wanna do. I mean, that property is kinda in disrepair. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna make it, you know, all up to code, especially like, you know, it's gonna be an office, so we need to make it wheelchair accessible.
they're not gonna live there, it's just strictly an office.
Oh, no, it's just
Just an
an
office.
office.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's
And
perfect,
then,
it's got 4 rooms,
you know,
4 offices.
At first,
Perfect.
like I said, we'll have to have like a shed, you know, or something for storage at first in the front area, just because that's the open area. And then later, we'll be building a bigger, nice garage for the business out in the back, but that'll be all,
You
planned
won't
out.
even see it, because it's gonna be out back behind the house.
Right.
Exactly.
And there's gonna, so I don't know if I can point it out to you, but my idea was that I didn't write it, so I'll just say it. This line right here is actually a tree line too. So it will kind of hide back in here. So you can see what's the official house right now. We'll put like a garage type shed thing here. So it kind of has the appearance of just a simple.
Yeah, maybe if you could make
And then
it,
in the back, we'll gate it off and actually put,
Yeah.
put the building in the back with a tree line in the front.
yeah, even though it's not a residential zone piece or anything, it's a house there, if you can
Yeah.
make that garage kind of look like a residential garage.
That's what we're gonna do, yeah. Totally just
That's
gonna look like a
exactly
beautiful,
what we
you know,
wanna
nice-
do.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because once everything gets moved to the back, that garage will probably be where I park when I come to work.
But, we wanted to make sure that, we wanted to run this by the town. We've never done this before. We're really new to all this stuff, like,
Yeah.
but, we bought houses, but we've never bought a commercial property. And we just we wanna dot all our i's and cross all our t's and all that stuff, really. We don't know all the process, and here we are just making sure that we get the first thing, that we're able to buy the property and probably do what we generally wanna do. That's what we're here for, really.
Yep.
Just to get a
I don't see any
consensus.
problem with what you've explained so far, so.
What about, Bruce, what about parking? In terms of employee parking, or are there materials delivered, or items trucked in, offloaded? And customers, would there be any customers coming to it? And then
So-
with that do we think about snow removal in the winter and where to put it and where it's gonna go? Things like that, in terms of planning and ideas? That was my
Would you
thought.
like us to speak to that?
Yeah, thank you so much.
When the time comes, we'll help them prepare a site plan for it, taking in for the drainage, the parking,
Okay.
traffic flow, if you will, people coming and going.
All right, so that's all site plan covered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it comes under the site plan.
Yeah, because of the size of our operation, it's not just family members, they've got employees, they need a site plan.
And their employees don't necessarily work at the office, they come and go. So it's not, a ton of people.
Some drive right
there.
to the job sites or something, or.
Okay.
Basically, thank you again. I appreciate it.
And we are seasonal, so I wanna make sure you know that. We're seasonal, so during the winter, as far as snow removal and stuff, it'll be minimal, because we're not there.
It's hard to put
really.
gutters on a house and snow-covered roofs, right?
Yeah.
We'll
And the
obviously
snow on the
maintenance,
ground,
but-
trying to move ladders around, it's just not safe, and so we just, December 1st, maybe 5th or something like that, we usually shut down and start back up in March, but the property will be maintained and plowed and everything during the winter, we'll take good care of it. And, basically, it does, we do get deliveries once or twice a week. The eventual plan is that the driveway will lead out back to that garage that's gonna be
then
built
just
out
loop
there,
around
and it'll have a loop around it. And so the trucks or, box truck, whatever, whoever's delivering, Amazon, whatever, they can drive in, drive through the gate, go around the building, drop off what they need to, and then drive back out safely.
Just so, I'm assuming, I've got a little different background than most of the board members here. I'm assuming that your gutters are, you pull them off the truck, it's coil stock.
Yep,
Yeah.
seamless
Yeah.
aluminum,
So the deliveries are coils of
Coils.
material.
Thank you.
It's not,
That's
it's not
exactly
pieces of gutter.
Right.
So it's very small packages, they're heavy, but they're small.
they are heavy, but, yeah, so, it's like, pretty much weekly we get shipments just to keep the business running, to keep our employees employed.
But I mean, a lot of gutters get pulled out of one coil.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, I can make a 1,000-foot long piece with a coil that's this big.
Yeah.
So, I can make one gutter, we've
So
done
there's-
180-foot long pieces in one piece.
The building in the
Pretty
back
cool.
is storage, we have a forklift, so, it'll be used for storage.
Yeah, you can't pick those coils up.
No, and you can't get them on the truck without the forklift, so there's a technique to it.
And so, we want to bring our business here to Ware. We started in Hopkinton, actually, we started in Manchester, then Hopkinton, now we're in Dunbarton. And we're going to continue to live in Dunbarton and commute, it's like 9 minutes.
Yeah, it's a handy location to
Yeah.
dump it.
So, and it's commercial, like I said, we wanted to get in the right spot for what we are and
And this will help
and
us.
grow. Like, our business is growing, and I want it to keep growing, and my kids' legacy and all that stuff, so something to hand down to the family.
But we are family owned and operated, so both of our sons work for the business and have since they were of age to work. And then my daughter-in-law now works in the office. My mother is the bookkeeper. We're very
Yeah.
family owned.
We have 10 employees, but six of them are family.
My nephew is one of the crew members, so.
Anyways, that's pretty much all we had. I don't know.
No, it sounds good, sounds great.
Is there a walkthrough required or anything at this point?
No, once,
we'll wait
once,
until this
once we get the
is
plan, once we get a plan, it's
Okay.
kinda hard to
Application.
So
walk,
what would
we
be
don't
the
have
next
anything to
step
see.
for
Get a
us?
plan.
Yeah, the plan,
Okay,
we're working with.
thank you.
Yeah,
All right, thank you very much.
thank you.
Our next item on the agenda is a conceptual for Matthew Gore at 738 South Stark Highway. Map 41, lot 381 in the RA zone. Looking to do a proposed motorcycle and repair and fabrication shop.
Everybody, Matt Dorr, I'm at 738 South Stark Highway. It's my first time doing this, just excuse me if it's a little rough around the edges, but basically, I'm here to find out the feasibility of opening a business in a existing garage in my property. So basically, it's a small-scale welding fabrication shop. General welding, mostly focused on motorcycles, with motorcycle repair as well.
Do you guys know where it is?
Yep.
The old yellow Mildred Hall building? Is it next to the old Mildred Hall? It's the yellow,
Yeah, the house just
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
right?
it's the yellow one, he's got a detached garage a little bit back further.
Yep.
Yep, it's 667 square feet, three-bay garage.
You're talking Mildred Hall, right?
Correct.
I think it's old yellow house.
Yeah, that's Mildred's, yeah,
Yeah.
that was hers.
Right there.
That's interesting, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
The, how many employees?
Just me,
Okay,
just owner operated.
okay. You wouldn't be doing any sales?
No, the only thing I would be doing is if I do, like fabricated parts, things like that, would be all online sales. There's no storefront, there's no.
I'm talking like selling motorcycles or something
No,
like that.
no, not like a dealership,
Okay.
just repair.
Then it's, do you have customers come to your house, or they typically ship them to them, or?
Usually, I mean, what I would do, is either pick up or drop-off, because it would be by appointment, because it's not a, you know, it's a okay-sized garage for this, but it's not big enough where I could have people just kind of coming and going. It'd have to be by appointment only. So any traffic that would happen would either be drop-offs, pickups, or, you know, me going to pick something up and bring it back.
So you might have like just one customer there at a time kind of thing, not?
Yeah, it's not gonna be like huge volume, you know, dealership, people coming in and out with a storefront. No part sales, anything like that, anything, you know, person to person, everything on that side would be online. And then, even though it's appointment only, I put hours, like 8 to 5, Monday through Friday hours, just for a general idea of when I would, excuse me, when I would be in there working. But again, that would just be by appointment, so it would just be me in there.
Yeah, you and Tony talked, right?
Yep, yeah, I spoke to Tony on the phone.
So Bruce, I think, when I scanned it and sent it to you guys, that's where the home-based business or,
Article 17?
yeah. Just Tony and him had a discussion, and that's how I got the email from Tony to be added for the agenda tonight.
Home shop, it's more like a home shop, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of fabrication for, I mean, you say metal fabrication?
That would've been okay.
Yeah, things like parts, like, you know, like I make front ends or frames, sometimes, you know, I can take a frame and, you know,
Milling,
modify it.
you got a milling machine or something, or?
No, I have a couple of small, machine tools, I have a lathe.
Okay.
Lathe, drill press, angle grinders, stuff like that, nothing like really manufacturing size.
A little bit of welding?
Yeah, a little bit of welding, general welding.
Yeah. And you can do, it's all gonna be continued, all this work is happening inside the garage?
Yeah, nothing happens outside.
Okay.
Yeah, the only time anything is outside is if I have a couple motorcycles that are there that are my own personal ones. So the only time anything's outside, if I pull those out so I can sweep up, vacuum, or keep it clean.
Material storage is all inside?
Yep.
Well, it looks like sounds like it's meeting home shop criteria, huh?
Yep.
What's everybody else think?
Yeah.
I agree.
Reminds me of a small gunsmith shop.
As long as you're doing it like you're describing it, everything's, you know, inside, and it's just you, and you get occasional customer now and then. I mean, you're a home shop, and with just you and everything, I don't really see a need for a site plan. The building's already there, he's not adding
Yeah, I
anything
mean,
outside,
No.
he's not
The
expanding
shed's
the driveway or
behind the
anything,
garage
right?
still there?
The what?
Is the shed behind the garage still there?
The shed is there.
Are you planning
last-
to use that?
I just park my lawnmower and stuff in there. Sometimes, if I have a long piece of material and I want it on the floor, I'll put it back there, but it's all, everything with the door closed, there's nothing that comes out.
Right.
Doesn't require any abutter notification or anything like that?
No, no, if we make a determination, there's no site plan needed, then.
It doesn't
we don't
need
have to do
anything, all right.
What will happen is it says no nuisance to disturb the neighbors. You'll hear from the neighbors if he goes beyond the scope of them. That's where Tony will go visit.
Yeah. I mean, from what you described, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect, great, so you guys,
You
you
can
know,
just, if you gotta get a sign, you have to apply for a sign permit.
sign permit?
Yep,
Okay,
if you wanna put a sign up.
Thanks, Tony.
all right, yeah, I'll call him about that.
Does the fire chief have to look at anything on a piece of this?
Not at this scale.
No.
Just ask.
The garage is detached from the house too, which gives them a little bit of safety.
I did call the fire chief, because as far as the order of things, I'm trying
The
to.
only thing he might get concerned about is paints, if you're storing paint.
Yeah, there's really,
To be in like a fireproof cabinet or something for paint storage.
Yeah, and I did speak to him, and either way, whether I needed to or not, I can call him again. I'd be more than happy to have him come down and take a look just for, peace of mind for everybody. Make sure everything's good to go.
No, I think we're fine.
Great, all right,
Okay,
Thank
thanks
you
for
very
coming
much.
down.
Thanks.
Yep.
thank you.
You don't have any minutes left, and then
No minutes? Okay. No, that was gonna be next, so. The, if everybody saw that YouTube video that they made from that webinar they did a couple weeks ago.
I saw the notification, but I didn't see the
I
video.
started watching it 3 times and fell asleep all 3 times, so.
Well, it was really interesting. Huh?
what's that?
Cough and fit.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything?
I get those when my wife cooks.
Next meeting's the 22nd,
Yes.
Site walk on the
Well, we
7th.
got a sidewalk on 7th.
7th, and
but
then,
we're not meeting the 8th because we got nothing?
Are you meeting the 8th?
Do we have anything on the agenda? It's a work session.
You didn't move anything to that?
No,
No,
Okay, so just the 22nd.
yeah.
site walk on the 7th.
Yep,
Yeah, I'll post the site walk, that actually would be a meeting for you.
yep.
I'll post the site walk for the 7th, and then your next meeting here would be the 22nd.
okay, sounds great.
Give you a night off.
Well, then I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Nay? Good.